Welcome to Fight Study number 1, and in this video I'm going to talk about 2 things that a camera operator should avoid doing when shooting a fight scene, and 1 thing that an editor should avoid doing when editing a fight scene. This video is based on my opinion and personal preferences. Don't take it too seriously, and if you'd like to have a conversation together, please, I love talking about this kind of stuff. So for this study, I took 2 of our guys, Josh and Nico, and we came up with a very basic fight choreography in order to give you guys better visuals for the examples I'm going to talk to you about. So for the first example, I was shaking the camera, but not too much because I want to increment a bit. For the second shot, I tried to follow the movements more, but I did end up shaking. Ideally, if you're shooting a scene where you would like to see the movements, then you should tone down on the camera shake. For example, in this shot, I tried to follow the movement of the performers and the timing of the choreography, versus this shot, I had no orientation and I excessively shake the camera. You could check out a side-by-side right here. There are instances where you're going to have to add a little bit more camera shake, and that example is when your performers or your actors don't have the necessary experience or the skill to perform the fight choreography properly on camera. So what you would do is you would add a little more camera shake, because adding camera shake increases intensity in the shot, and that helps sell the action. For this example, I told both Josh and Nico to pretend not to have experience. I told them to do the choreography very slowly and sloppy, and I would excessively add camera shake, then speed it up in post. Here's the result. As you can see, it's not that bad. So instead of shaking the camera too much, you should follow the actor's movements, or you should plan out the shots that you want to do. Here's some examples. In these shots, I try to be a little more creative and follow the movement of the actors in a different perspective. I shot in a non-conventional way. However, this was more difficult because I had to practice with the actors and do several more takes in order to get a good shot. You can get some really cool shots and a really cool style if you decide to incorporate camera movement. An example I wanted to show you guys was from a short film we did, Kung Fu Halo. So one person I want to mention is Joseph Lay and his team Red Pro. They have a really unique style of shooting, and here's an example of a fight scene they shot that I really wanted to show you guys. So you could see the camera movements, you could see the performance, you could see the action, you can appreciate the whole choreography behind it. This to me is a really good example. I've been following this guy for a while. He's a big inspiration. He's from Germany. His name is Badlands. He's a stunt performer, he's an actor, he's a choreographer, he's a camera operator, he studied in film actually. And a big shout out to Badlands, who was actually part of the Jackie Chan stunt team. Really jealous of this. And another shout out on Badlands, who's worked on Into the Badlands season 3. If you guys don't know what Into the Badlands is, it's this crazy show that's really good with choreographies and camera movement. You guys should check it out, especially season 3. And on season 3, Badlands actually had a chance to film some of the fight scenes and also edit. And here's an example.
Set and 3, 2, 1,
Like you see, he's very well balanced, he's holding the camera firmly, and he's following the movement of the actors. Notice how Badlands is extremely confident, he has good posture, and he looks like he's well in control of the situation. Awesome work, Badlands. I hope to see more in the future. So now on to the second thing that a camera operator should avoid doing when filming a fight scene, is shooting too close. Already, if you're shooting too shaky and you're shooting too close, you have no idea what's going on. We want to try to avoid that. We want to see the movements, we want to see the beauty of the choreography. Here's an example of shooting too close. These are the type of shots that you might see in action films. They're pretty disorienting in my opinion, and it makes it very hard to follow through with the action. So just be conscious of what are you trying to focus in the shot. Are you trying to get a reaction? For example, So it's easier to sell the action on camera when you're shooting close of a hit depending on where you're placed. So if you're placed behind over the shoulder of someone and he's punching him in the face, it's a lot easier to sell the action. Alright, now to talk about the editing. For fight scenes, we see this a lot, and one thing that an editor should avoid doing is cutting the fight scene too much. It doesn't necessarily mean adding more cuts to the fight scene makes it better and makes it more interesting. Don't use every single take that the camera operator shot and put that in the edit. Only use what you think is necessary. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it pretty informative. And again, don't take my opinion too seriously. I'm just a guy that loves shooting action and I love watching fight choreographies. Comment below your thoughts, suggestions if you'd like to see another fight study. But as always, expect some action.